Hey, how you guys doing? This is Ryan Damage and
Edward T. Riffman, kind of doing something a tad bit different here. We just wanted to...
last night was the Grammys, so we decided, hey, let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's bitch and moan about it for a second here.
It's a simple Google search, and oh my God, Lady Gaga, Ariana Grande, and Rihanna won Instagram on Grammy night. Who gives a shit?
I know, right? But on another complete random note, I'd like to congratulate Megadeth on their
First?
Actually, I think it's their third Grammy.
Okay.
It's the second or third.
I'm about to say it'd be kind of because I think what happened was I saw an article yesterday, and Dave Mustaine was saying it was their 12th nomination.
Oh, or maybe...
I mean, he didn't really say how many times they had won, but like more often than not, as you can imagine, they didn't win it. So
yeah, well, this has to be at least... maybe it is. Either way, I don't know. I didn't really do my research on that. But either way, they won it. So here's the part that blows my mind. They won the Grammy, but who plays?
Metallica.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to shit on Metallica. I mean...
It's like, I'm not even I personally
really...
won't shit on them for combining Lady Gaga with their act and
here's the thing of it is, it's not...
Because that could bring in, because there might be some Lady Gaga fans out there who are like, hey, they're performing with Metallica. I've heard Metallica, and then they might listen to that. I mean, fuck-ups aside and all, at the end of the day, they might have been like, let me check out their other stuff. And then they listen to, even if it was like the Black Album or, hopefully the 80s stuff. But
yeah, hopefully you get to that. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It was just a waste of a display. Mm-hmm. The name power, the star power behind Metallica could, again, reawaken an entire generation in the right environment. But instead, I don't know. That whole performance from top to bottom was...
very beginning.
It's a classic.
The mic cutting out from James Hetfield.
And after now officially watching the actual, what do you want to call the pro shop version of it, they didn't fix the mix was horrible. They didn't know, again, these places don't know how to mix.
It didn't sound right.
They don't know how to mix for actual bands. They know how to mix for all this digital line in, bass, this, that shit, but they don't know how to mix for a real band. Mm-hmm. Now, the other thing is that Lady Gaga, I'm not trying to be mean here, kind of seemed like a bit like a whore. I mean, she was running around. Anybody that will try to jump up on Lars has no self-respect. I mean, he looks like a fucking homeless. And he looks even more like a homeless guy. It just gets worse. Anyway, other than that...
It's like, Lars, you seriously need to change your look because you're starting to look kind of haggard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really honestly give a shit. But anyway,
I mean, if he doesn't give a shit, I mean, that's all fine.
I just think it's funny. I just think it's funny because a couple years ago, I mean, we're talking about a guy that, I remember watching the interview on, I think it was Anvil is Anvil. I think that's where that interview was from. And, I mean, he's wearing a fucking Cartier sweater, whatever the hell that brand is.
You mean like cardigan?
Yeah, cardigan. That's the word I'm looking for. I mean, literally, he's wearing a fucking $10,000 fucking wardrobe and shit, sitting here with a scarf on and shit.
It's like he's done a complete 180. It's yeah, man. I was in a divorce. I lost my car. I mean, none of this shit happened, but he looks.
But that's what he looks like. Yeah, he looks like. Yeah. So anyway, the point being though, to really bring this to a close, because a midpoint, I don't want it to end that soon, but I don't want it to go on forever, was just that it just seemed like nothing went right. And understand, I didn't watch the Grammys on TV.
Neither did I.
I remember...
I was probably working over half of it.
Yeah, this is what I know, how I know this. I get a text... Or no, actually, I think Eddie called me. This is probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock maybe. Or no, it was probably 9:30. It was probably later than that. He calls me and tells me about it, and I was like, really? And I was just kind of like, that's bizarre shit. And he didn't even recognize the song. Mm-hmm. It's Moth and Flame or whatever.
Yeah, Moth and a Flame.
But it was, but he didn't even recognize
I wasn't paying too much attention to the mix. All I didn't hear something was off. Was it like the drums were? The drums or guitars were too high? I know the vocals were kind of muted to a certain degree.
Well, I think that was partially because of the fact that there was supposed to be two mics and only one was working.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, that was a little bit.
Then James Hetfield awkwardly just going over there to share it with Lady Gaga.
Yeah, which is even weirder. Eddie thought that was somewhat weird because it's I forgot how he phrased it, but basically he's like, you think James Hetfield's wife's going to be upset? I was like... And it was kind of weird, though, because I've read 3 or 4 articles obviously, last night that said, Lady Gaga and Lady Gaga and Metallica married pop and metal, and I'm thinking, whoa. Just because she's a pop singer and sung on them. It's like, no. That didn't marry dick. And also, that's the biggest issue. I didn't get to hear James at all. You can hear him a couple parts, but Lady Gaga's voice range or vocal range, I'm not saying she can't sing. She can't, like, we've had this conversation.
She had some trouble singing in that key.
Because you had to go low. I mean, we're talking, it's E standard, which, I mean, on the guitar, but I mean, in James's voice, I imagine he's easily hitting like a fucking like low D. You know, just because of how his voice is.
Yeah.
And I mean, she's more of an up here and he's more of a down here. And,
and it's just, like she has to go to him, and it's like...
And I imagine if both mics were working and the way they were going to do that in certain parts, might have actually came out pretty good. But when it's just her singing, and then him kind of over here, halfway side by the mic, like that, you know. And you know, here's the thing is, it wouldn't sounded that bad if the rest of the mix was together. If they would have had it up and they had, you know, more... Like I said, I'm not trying to, you know, bash the whole thing.
Yeah.
I'm bashing the performance. I'm not going to sit here and say anything about the musicianship. I just thought that was a weird. And then, like, you ever feel like Lady Gaga's a poser? Because I read another article that said she got a tattoo, like one of the tattoos that were visible on her arm. She got it the day before the Grammys just for the performance.
So I'm Googling Lady Gaga metal fan right now. And
I mean, because she says she claims she loves Iron Maiden, and I'm not going to say she doesn't. In all honesty, who the hell doesn't love Iron Maiden? But I just don't know.
Lady Gaga reveals her favorite metal song, and it's from 2 years ago. On Metal Injection. Also, for a little bit, I mean, I don't know if I was seeing things, but I thought when I saw her on the stage, I thought she was like wearing something see-through, because it almost looked like there were like boobs, like where her boobs were.
Yeah, I don't.
It's like I don't even know. It's like half the shit.
She wasn't wearing like her.
Half the shit a lot of these women wear to the show. They're just, you know, they're being, oh yeah, free the nipple. Oh yeah, I saw an article before we started streaming.
Yeah.
Apparently a lot of them like didn't wear bras and had like opened up like dresses and shirts and shit.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna say this. I didn't see much of her boobs, but I mean her ass. Like she should have been wearing. Look, if she's a metal fan, she should have been wearing fucking denim jeans. And hell, she could even cut them down to like really, really short, but that's what she should have been wearing. Not whatever the hell that bizarre ass fucking BDSM leather thing was. Which you can argue is metal, but it's not that kind of metal. See, if it was Judas Priest, might make sense. But Metallica, it needed to be... I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and call them all whores, but they're all a bunch of goddamn fucking sluts. Like, she jumped out in the audience and basically everyone was just groping on her, which, I mean, hey... Not really, again, here to judge, but I just thought it was bizarre. And I don't know what she was doing. She looked like she jumped in, and then she got out, and then she didn't even know what to do. She just had this weird look on her face. Like, I don't know if she intended to jump in the audience.
Apparently her favorite song is Black Sabbath by Black Sabbath.
That's weird, but okay. I mean, it's not weird because there's nothing wrong with the song. It's weird because I don't buy that being her favorite song.
Or at least her favorite metal song, I don't know.
Or I don't buy that being her. And also, how is that your favorite metal song? Like, it's a cool song, but it's... I swear, that's just like the poser. Again, it just all leads to her being a poser, because it's like she asked somebody, what should I tell people my favorite metal song is? Oh, tell them Black Sabbath, Black Sabbath.
She did, I don't know, she worked at a metal bar, and, you know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, she has a lot of...
But, you know, they really sum a point here.
I'll give her far more credit than, like, 99% of pop stars today, because, I mean... At least she claims to be this. I'm pretty sure she is. I mean, if there's some instances where she's actually said this kind of stuff and she performs with Metallica and...
No, she also, like, yeah, she apparently goes to Iron Maiden shows, so...
Yeah.
I mean, look, I'm giving the credit here.
It's like, I wonder if we'll see her in Nashville.
Oh, God, I hope not.
I kind of doubt it, because I feel like it'd be a scenario where she's, like, hidden away with, like, a whole entourage of people, so...
Oh, yeah, when they shows up. Yeah, I mean, imagine. But then again, though, you'd be surprised. Nobody that's going to see Iron Maiden could give two shits
about Lady Gaga. I mean,
you'd be surprised. Like, I mean, it might.
Okay, she's there, interesting, and I mean, they're not going to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, you got to understand.
They might look for 2 seconds, and if they even faintly recognize her, and be like, okay.
Yeah, because honestly, when she's not wearing all those crazy outfits and shit. Like, imagine her, like, last night on that performance is probably the closest I've ever seen her to just looking like a normal human being. if she was dressed like that, like again, if she was just wearing regular pants but in a regular Metallica shirt, I would not have recognized her as Lady Gaga at all on the streets. She does not have a recognizable face or a body or anything like that in terms of when she's just dressed like a normal human being.
Yeah.
I mean that in a good way. I mean, if she was walking down the street, you're not going to just go, "Is that Lady?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, if she was dressed like a normal person, you'd never recognize her. I mean, ever. I mean, yeah. But anyway, I feel like you said it best a little bit ago. I don't know if you said it when we already started this recording, but the biggest problem with it is that there was a good chance to turn people on to good music, and it was just wasted. I don't know if they did the mic thing on purpose. Some part of me actually really does.
I doubt that, but I mean, I feel like they were like, well, we're not going to, like, try too hard
to fix it. Like, yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
They should have been, because the mic wasn't broke. The cable was, like, from what I got out of it, on the mix board, wherever that mixing board was, they just needed to turn the volume up. Or turn the fucking, like, or something. I mean, it just didn't seem like after, like, by the time the second verse came in, there was no excuse for that mic. And you could tell he kept going back to the mic, because he kept thinking, because if he was playing his own show, as any band, eventually you're going to go back to that mic after like a couple verses or even like one song in total. And it's going to start working.
Yeah, really.
Because there's no excuse for that. But they're just like, who gives shit? Just Metallica.
They even fixed the mic.
No, they never once. Like, you could start to hear it towards the very end, very faintly. And that's why by the end of it, he's just, sitting over there face to face.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they might have fixed it halfway through. Because I remember.
I can't.
I kind of.
It was still faint as shit. Like Lady Gaga's mic was like 3 times louder than.
Although to be fair to a certain degree, I don't think hers was like, as loud as it should have been.
Oh,
the whole mix was fucked up. So.
And it's just the quote my grandma, because after I asked her if she watched it, like this is before I even myself watched it, because she said no, I fell asleep through all that. It was nothing but hip hop. Oh, and then on a random separate note, I don't know who the artists were, but these 3, or I think it was 5 people, I don't know who the hell they were, but they started doing the ABC's cover, and none of damn one of them could sing. Like, none of them could do the backup. Whoever was doing the main vocal was okay. All the backups were just off-key. Because they were doing, like, doo-wop style, like how it's actually done on the, like with the ooh-wah, ooh-ah,
You're referring to the ABC 1, 2, 3
song, yeah.
The Jackson 5 song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, they fucked that up. I don't even like that damn kind of music, and I thought, like, Jesus. Nobody at the Grammys know how to perform. Closest you actually probably...
Who was doing that?
I don't know. It was just 5 black chicks. I don't know who the hell it was, or black chick, black. They might be. I don't know. I was just watching for a quick second while I was talking about it. Anyway, but my grandma said too much rap music. She fell asleep to all of it. So that's the grandma.
I don't blame her one bit, except for Megadeth, but even then she wouldn't give a shit. So.
But even then they didn't perform, who gives a shit anyway? So it's like... So here's the point. Grammys, get your shit together. Maybe let
they're not going to get their shit together.
No. You get your goddamn shit together. That's all I'm going to say. Next year, if a band wins a fucking Grammy, you put them on the damn stage.
Yeah, really. The thing is, they want something they can halfway predict, because they don't want it to be like, well, we have this person performing, and then it's like, oh, this person won. I mean, it'd be so formulaic to where everybody would know who would win, so they wouldn't watch.
Right. So you're admitting that the only reason Metallica, or how do you phrase it? Give me a second.
Metallica still could have won.
You're admitting though the only reason they were brought on is because that the people at the Grammys decided they were more likely to win than Megadeth.
I'm saying what they should do, not what they do.
Oh, okay.
Because honestly, it's like Megadeth definitely should have performed, but they wouldn't. You know what it is? Because a bunch of my bit Lady Gaga, I was like, I don't really care for Megadeth. I don't know. I could be wrong on that.
Goddamn fucking cunt. You know what? It's called Best Metal.
I'm putting words in her mouth at that point.
Okay, well, I'm just going to say this. It said how do you phrase this properly? It's called Best Metal Performance. The word performance.
You mean performance?
Performance.
Performance?
There you go. No, but I'm saying it's called the fucking Best Metal Performance. And here's the thing about it. There's a reason for that. Because if you go listen to Dystopia, I'm not going to say that Metallica's record wasn't like...
I can imagine some people back in the day, it's like... good, but you know what? We're going to give Jethro Tull Award.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that. Look, okay, there was a time when Metallica deserved it. I'm not even going to say Hardwired wasn't a contender. It was definitely the first album in a very long time that was a contender. But here's the fact of it is, kind of like we talked on our video with the... You know what I'm saying. My brain's going fucked
Back when Hardwired actually came out.
Yeah, it's a good record. But Dystopia, like in the terms of like actual, like I said, the way it's described and everything, performance is a better performance. The solos are better. I'm not going to say the overall production is better, like in terms of everything being the way it was recorded, but it all comes together as a far more flowing album. I think we talked about this in our Hardwire thing. The biggest thing with Hardwire is it just, there's songs that work very well, and then you'll get one song that just doesn't work at all, and it just off-kilters the flow. Like, I feel like it should have just been a one-disc record, and it should have had the 6 best tracks on it, and it would have probably actually won a Grammy.
So Metal Injection thing said they have a poll saying who did or who won that performance, or who did, okay. It's like, I voted they did okay, and that was second to they all killed it. So
there you go. I never tell you.
I feel they would have if there wouldn't have been the fucking issues that there were.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't think that. Well, I'm not, like I said, I'm not even going to blame any of them. It's just called the Grammys are not set up for that kind of music. They're the only band last night that had a fucking drummer. They're the only.
True.
I mean, that's exactly what it comes down to. They were not set up. And I noticed that all the time, like when we were talking about the Megadeth performing on, I guess it actually turned out to be Jimmy Fallon. Or not Jimmy Fallon, sorry.
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers. One of those fucking SNL guys that just didn't want to do comedy anymore. Yeah. Anyway, but no, for real, yeah. It's just those shows are not set up for that. They don't know how to mix an actual band with actual instruments, with actual, like...
Well, yeah.
I mean, the best they get sometimes is some like band that'll come on with some just clean acoustic guitars or some clean like mildly electric guitars, and they just put it straight into the mixer and don't worry about it. They don't know how to like actually do a band that comes out with real amps. Like you know what I'm saying? I don't need to keep saying it. They just have no idea what to do when it gets to that.
Yeah, well, it's
And I'm telling you the thing with the Grammys last night is considering Metallica was probably the only band that like actually performed that had a real drum kit. I'm going to tell you, that's what fucked the mix-up right there. The minute you add that in it, that guy doesn't know what to fucking do.
Drums, what are these things?
You think I'm joking? I'm being fucking dead serious. It's sad, but I'm not joking. But to keep summing a point, though, before I get done with this real quick here, could have been better. That being said, are you offended by the way they treat the Grammys for metal? How it's actually held in a separate building across the street, and it's not on TV? And
bullshit. That's how I see it. I see it as absolute, bullshit.
Yeah, because I remember Rob Halford talking about it. He said
it honestly is. This genre can't make us the money that these other genres can, so we're going to separate them from the others.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else, if any of the others are treated like that or what.
I don't know. I just know the hard rock, heavy metal, pretty much. Like when Rob Halford and Scott Travis went to go pick up the Priest one, they knew they had won 2 days before that because they had already announced it. But they held it at a separate. It's I don't know exactly where the Grammys are held, but it's like a smaller building, like right across the street. And it's done a day or two after the real Grammys. Meaning you'll see Megadeth accepting the award tomorrow sometime if they do, And it's just that's what offends me. You can't even just leave it to the very end or something and just do it as a one quick, everybody kind of like how they do high school graduations. Like, okay, everybody come up and grab it. Just call out, no, you got to do it this no, it needs to be, I don't know. I could go on forever about this. It's just disrespectful. Similar to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, although I'd say it's a little more respectful. But I mean, it's just this idea that they don't care about the music. I mean, let's be honest. What won a Grammy?
So okay, how could we have ignored this?
What happened? Who died?
Dave Mustaine's response to Metallica playing during Megadeth. They played Master of Puppets.
Oh, really? I didn't.
While Megadeth walked up to the stage.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Very interesting.
I didn't know that.
They always call those people are fucking retards, and they don't know how to play. I should say they don't know how to play. They didn't know that Master of Puppets was a Metallica song, not a Megadeth song. They just thought, oh, Metallica and Megadeth. Well, Dave Mustaine was a Metallica. Maybe he was in there when they did this.
Yeah, there you go. I don't know. Read that article to me, because I need to hear a little bit of perspective, just a little.
Well, it's called the House Band, quote unquote, reading from Guitar World. Very awful rendition of Metallica's Master of Puppets.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just double checking.
Like someone's trying to sell me something, but Xing that out right now.
I got you. Okay. Well, there you go. Disrespectful. Whole goddamn thing is nothing but a fucking disrespectful joke.
I'm not gonna say that it's entirely their fault. They just don't know. They don't give a shit. They just don't even bother to let's look up their discography for 2 minutes and find maybe something off the album that they got a Grammy for,
or
at the very least, if not Symphony to Destruction.
Yeah, I was about to say they could have just went den 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 or something just for a quick second.
I mean,
yeah,
it makes sense. I mean, that album went number 2, and back when it came out. I mean, no one knows about it.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you now. Yep. So let it be known, kids. Fuck the Grammys. Fuck mainstream. Anything. I mean, seriously. Did we already mention the fucking article that said who is Metallica? I'm sure we already did way back in the day.
That they deduce it to,
Oh,
Enter Sandman is played at virtually every North American stadium venue. I think that's how Washington Post put it. But anyway, it's
yeah, there you go. That's Metallica for you. That band that had one song, and that was the only thing they did in their entire career, and that's how the world probably will actually remember them.
It probably will be.
Oh, well. Yep. Well, on that note, I've been Edward T. Riffman.
And I'm Brian Damage, and this has been our video stream about the Grammys.
Yep.